Three, two.
Hi, this is Miguel Murphy, and I'm here with computer engineer.
Tyree Thomas.
And Tyree is in his second year, and I want to actually say thank you uh, for accepting the request to share your experiences, particularly over the past 2 years. There's a very large group of students who started in fall of 2017 and who are on schedule to complete in spring or even the summer of 2019, and you're one of them. But you go ahead and I didn't want to take your thunder, Tyree. But introduce yourself. You can restate your major and
Okay.
what your goals are.
Okay. Again, my name is Tyree Thomas. I'm majoring in computer engineering, and I just want to create the next best thing and further my education and use my degree someday. Um, my goals pretty much is to create something big and to just make it blow, make it something the next best thing.
So computer engineering. I mean, what's the next best thing, per se?
Something like it's something I want to collaborate with another student of mine. So not as a student, but a colleague of mine, and you know, something that can change the world.
So you're in your second year, going into the final stretch in terms of completion. I know as a computer engineer, you've had to take classes like, you know, college algebra, pre-calculus,
Yes.
trigonometry, calculus, and it can get difficult.
Yes.
What would be your advice for a student that is a computer engineer, that is in their first term, or not necessarily their first term only, but they're looking to study computer engineering and are going to come to Miami-Dade College? Because we're going to have our new incoming class come summer of 2019. So you'll be leaving, and I want to actually talk about the leaving part,
Okay.
because you have a tremendous opportunity ahead of you. But those students who are going to be here fall 2019, who are thinking about computer engineering, and they're going to have to take math, what would be your advice to them?
Take advantage of the opportunity. Become friends with everybody in your class. Be open to network, to work, to collaborate. Cause that's the biggest thing. If you don't understand something, you can talk to somebody in your class that may understand it, and you just built a strong relationship there. And then not only that, collaborate and network around campus, get involved around campus. That's just the best thing to do as far as coming to Miami-Dade.
And I know you're part of TRIO.
Yes.
How has that helped you in terms of succeeding in your classes, in terms of tutoring?
Well, like I don't like big crowds. That's one thing about me. I don't really like big crowds. I kind of get distracted, but it's definitely somewhere I can go to study because it's so small and don't nobody really know about it. So it's somewhere I could go and study. I can go and relax after class, and somewhere I can hang out.
And they have tutors.
Yeah, tutors.
And best kept secret. So another advice for incoming computer engineers, particularly if you're first generation, right? First generation college students, the first in your family to attend. Usually that group, don't necessarily have the strong insight as to how to navigate college. So TRIO provides a great opportunity to get that help that you need. And as Tyree mentioned, it's a small, close-knit family. Actually,
Yes.
Mr. Daly just walked by. I feel like I'm part of TRIO because he's like, are you coming to this meeting? Like we have children's holiday on Saturday on campus. And so that's sort of the benefit of TRIO, is that when you're not thinking about certain things, they can help you, just like your advisors, to remind you that you need to be engaged in studying.
Consistency.
Yeah.
That's the key. Consistency.
So you're going to graduate. I know it because we just had the conversation
Yes.
shortly a few minutes ago
Yeah.
about what's pending to complete your requirements,
Yes.
and so that you can be part of commencement on Saturday, May 4th,
Yes.
2019, and also transition to your new institution.
Yes.
And do you want to share with us what that next step is going to be for
Yes.
you?
The institution. Well, let me just start off by saying, let me start from the very beginning. I can't just jump straight
Okay.
into it.
Take your time.
Well, the first, when I first thought about it, I was saying, okay, I want to attend the HBCU in Florida, where I could pretty much come home and I'm somewhere my mom don't have to worry. So it was FAMU. I wanted to attend FAMU, but then Mr. Tony presented a way better opportunity to me, and it was from Tuskegee University. Um, I always had the GPA to get to qualify for the presidential scholarship, which
Mm-hmm.
pays for everything for 4 years. If I stay on campus, I have to stay within the agreement within the scholarship. So I took it. I told him when I first started. I told him, Mr. Tony, I want this scholarship. So now to actually get it and to have it and to hold it is it's just exciting, and it's something that I've been waiting for a long time. So Tuskegee, like I'm just so ready to go to Tuskegee.
You're ready.
Yes.
I'm ready for you to go too and join that MDC
Mm-hmm.
family of Tuskegee scholars, right?
Yes.
And a lot have gone, and a lot have actually succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me very content that you're going to be part of a family that we know
Mm-hmm.
will be in a good position to complete your bachelor's degree and also move on to create the next best thing, right?
Yes. Yes.
With your peers or your colleagues. So, as we're, this is also a reflection point, at least for me as an academic advisor, and you being part of that circle
Yes.
of advising. And I recall you at the end of your first term, which was not too long ago, actually early in the year, we celebrated on Valentine's Day.
Yes, we did.
You were one of, a very small group of students who had done very well in your first term.
Yes.
And that is an accomplishment, I think that we need to continue to highlight when students do well in their first semester to sort of keep you motivated and to acknowledge that. And so we did that on Valentine's Day. And also, you're a Viking.
Yes.
So, do you have any advice for
Yes.
our incoming Miami Norland senior high school Vikings, the class
Yes.
of 2019? What can they do right now to help create a smooth transition? Like, and thinking of your own transition, like what would you have done differently to make that? Uh, you're here, you've been successful, but what would you advise your future Vikings?
Take your time. Don't rush. Don't rush. I've graduated with students from Norland that went out and attended these big universities, but they're in debt. So the best thing is just take your time. If you need to come to Miami-Dade for 2 years, come to Miami-Dade. It'll be a great experience.
I endorse that. And that hit a nerve right there. Take your time, because often as an advisor, I'm like, where are you going? 18, 19, you have 70 more years at least on earth,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
So 18, 19, 20 plus these seven, let's say you're even 20 and you put 70 to that, that's 90, right?
Yes.
So you have to coordinate these 90 some years in a
Yes.
way that will help you to gain
Yes.
the intellect, right? To gain the knowledge, to gain the support system, the friendships. Had you not come here, we wouldn't have
Yes.
met. How many times we've driven on, informal journeys to, activities, right? Without the pressures of just the pressures,
Yeah.
because of those networks and relationships that we exist in. But yeah, take your time. I don't want to take your song bites away, in terms of advice.
Yes.
But what about the application process? When should they apply? What about financial aid? What do you?
As soon as possible. As soon as possible. You don't want to be stuck at the last minute trying to get things done, because then you won't have the opportunity to do what you want to do. So
Mhm.
the best thing for you to do is to jump on everything early.
All right.
Don't procrastinate.
Don't procrastinate. So now is a good time to submit an application. www.mdc.edu.
Yes.
Scroll down, click apply. You know, if you need help, we have the New Student Center. We have pre-college advisors
Yes.
that work with Norland and
Yes.
actually all the other local public schools. You can even come to the New Student Center. You can come in and speak with advisement, you know, to help you, you know, make up your mind as to what you're going to pursue. But
Yes.
now is a good time to get that process started, also to apply for financial aid for 2019-2020. And I also want to say that for 20, like if you want to get an early start, because a lot of students do that,
Mhm.
you do need to do the FAFSA for 2018, 2019, so that you'll get an opportunity to get financial aid in terms of a grant if you're eligible to pay for those courses.
Yes.
So we've been going on. What else do you want to share with? So we have Tuskegee. You excelled in your first year. You're doing computer engineering. You're part of Trio,
Yes.
Minorities of the Future. You're in that group, and the Caribbean Students Association.
Yes.
So those are two groups that I know that you're heavily involved in. What has that met experience? What does that experience? What has it meant to you to be part of those groups?
It just, these two groups specifically just took me out of my shell. Like, when I first came, I was just so to myself. I was antisocial, but being around good, genuine people and consistency, it just took a toll on me. So I was comfortable as soon as possible. As soon as I met these people, I was just so open and comfortable, and I can come to when I'm feeling down, and
Mm-hmm.
I can have a conversation where I could get help with. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just me opening up, meaning taking advantage of the opportunities.
Yeah. So the Caribbean students travel, you
Yes.
know, annually to conferences. I know last or earlier in the year you were part of the Daytona
Yes.
Beach delegation for leadership development.
Yes.
And so Minorities of the Future, you're also on that board.
Yes.
What role do you play?
I'm the fundraising director.
Okay.
So I make sure like we fundraising the things that the people want,
Mm-hmm.
not just what we feel should be out there, but what the people want. Cause we can switch it up
Mm-hmm.
every week. Like 1 week we can sell this, the next week we can sell this, and we it's just strictly for the people.
Gotcha. So what would you advise students now
Mhm.
who are not engaged in any club or organization, and
Yes.
also as we are starting to prepare for our new class, our incoming
Yes.
class, you know, in terms of involvement? Because from my lens and what I've seen, every year
Mhm.
students get more and more engaged earlier.
Mhm.
So, you know, what would you advise that incoming group that would be like apprehensive, like, you know, I don't know about this getting
Get
in a club
yeah.
situation?
Ask somebody. Ask.
Mm-hmm.
Connections is key. You never know who you may need in the future, who can help you with something that you don't understand, who you can talk to when you're feeling down. You never know who you may need in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing for you guys to do is to ask questions, be knowledgeable, be a sponge, is what I like to call it. Be a sponge. Soak up all the knowledge somebody is telling you, and just run with it. The future is yours.
Absolutely. That's very good advice. Being a you know a sponge. I often use that example, even in my career, because you know I don't know everything at every level, and you gather certain experiences. So being a sponge also I think is synonymous with you know having a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
mentee type situation,
Yes.
where you know even your advisor in Minorities of the Future, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that about the structure of your club is that the spongeness happens in your meetings too,
Yes.
because your advisor takes on the role of imparting,
Yes.
gems of advice and, from his own
Absolutely.
perspective.
Yes. Yes.
And so every time I come in there, too, I too am a sponge because you're learning, and when guest speakers
Yeah.
come in as well. So volunteering, what do you think is the importance of that as we wrap up?
It just gives you an opportunity to give a gift to somebody else. Be somebody else's big brother, big sisters. Somebody, it gives you a reason to live and to keep going and to keep pushing. That's just how I look at it.
So did you, prior to coming here, I understood that did you volunteer today specifically, or was that the intent?
No, I didn't get a chance to volunteer today, but
But your group
Friday,
did.
yes.
Okay.
Friday, yes, I will be here Friday to volunteer Friday and Saturday.
What's happening on Friday and Saturday?
We having the holidays around the world.
Oh, Children's Holiday.
Yes.
Yes. So I'll
Yes.
be part of that. Actually, I'm on that
Yes.
committee. And I was referencing Mr. Daly, who was like, are you coming to the meeting? Mr.
Yes.
Daly, I will be at holidays around the world early in the morning to help out. And those, who still haven't signed up to volunteer, you can reach out to me and we can make that happen. The Children's Holiday, the activity is
Yes.
our signature holiday event where we invite the community, and
Yes.
there's a lot of young minds on campus. And I think it's
Yes.
a great opportunity for them to just begin to get that exposure
Yes.
to college. So, Tyree, it's been an honor.
Thank you for
And
having me.
no, thank you. And hopefully there's the Miami Nolan Vikings class of
Yes.
2019 students watching
Yes. Yes.
this version of this conversation, and hopefully they're inspired
I
to
hope
get
so.
that process going. So if you see this clip, mdc.edu, and you can also email me, mmurphy3 at mdc.edu. That's mmurphy3 at mdc.edu. And Miami Norland, you should be very, very proud
Yes. I
of.
have to go visit Miami Northern by
You
the
need to
chance. I
go
have to.
visit. Yes, actually, we'll share this with them,
Yes, we
your
need to.
advisors over there, and some of your teachers. Till next time, thank you and happy holidays.